why we drink, even though we know it's unhealthy for us. Escapism.
Yeah, people don't really like their 9 to 5s. So if their week has been hard on the weekend, they need something different.
Some people just enjoy doing it rather than trying to escape.
I think a lot of us might just like drink on the weekends. Even in that small frequency, it's still unhealthy, but we still choose to do it. Okay guys, welcome back to another episode of Echats. We're going to skip the intros because we only have a few minutes, but basically in this episode we're going to be talking about the Ghetts situation. Does everyone know what's happened with Ghetts and the drink driving situation?
Yeah.
Not really.
Okay, you don't really know. Okay, long story short, Ghetts is facing charges for dangerous drink driving. He actually killed someone. And yeah, basically everyone on the internet has been talking about it, obviously, getting onto him. A lot of people talking about drink driving and how it's so bad. And I thought it'd be good to talk about in this episode because I kind of feel like drink driving is one of those things that a lot of people do and won't necessarily admit. And I feel like it's actually kind of almost become normalized in society, yet none of us have really made it seem like a big deal. So I think the first question I want to ask is, I don't know if anyone's going to answer this, but has anyone been drink driving?
Incriminate.
Okay, we don't have to answer that. But another question is, have you guys ever got in a car with a drink driver?
Yeah.
No.
You haven't? Fairs. That's interesting. For those of you that have got in a car with a drink driver, can I ask why?
I need to get home, or either I need to get to my destination,
Okay,
or I'm also intoxicated and like, actually no, that's the political answer. I think the real reason is I don't really, or I trust that they're able to get me to my destination. I think that's the answer really.
Okay, so it seems like it's a bit for convenience, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think most of the time I don't even really think too deeply about it, but yeah, convenience.
Interesting. Is that the same for you then?
I'd say so, yeah. I think also, like, you can kind of judge as well. You can see how drunk someone is as well. And I feel like, yeah, it's bad, but I feel like there's like levels to it, if that makes sense.
Okay, so you're saying drink driving is not always a bad thing?
No, it's always a bad thing. It's always a bad thing. It's always a bad thing. But if I feel like I'm not going to get in a car crash, I'm most likely going to get in a car.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I need to get home.
Okay. And you said you've never been in a car with a drink driver. I feel like
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't think?
No.
So you're not sure?
I don't think so. No, 100%. I don't think.
Interesting. Has a driver ever offered to take you home, but you know they're intoxicated?
Bro, I don't even go out.
No, interesting. Why do you feel like, I don't know, would you guys agree that drink driving is normalized in our society?
I think, yeah, drinking is normalized. So as a result, like drink driving is kind of just a normal thing now. Well, I wouldn't say it's normal, but I think a lot of people do it and a lot of people don't really think too much about it. But
I'd say yeah, it's normalized because we both just answered that we get in the car. The right thing to do technically is to say, oh, bro, like, don't drive.
I think it's normalized, but in a way that is like, people still don't, is still a bit taboo. Like people don't like, wouldn't just outright talk about it or
But how many people
say I'm drinking and driving.
You just said don't drive, but how many people will be like, oh, bro, don't do it? No.
There's not that many people that will do that. That's
Like,
the thing, yeah.
But I think the same reason.
I think it's on both people. It's on the driver, but it's also on the passengers to be like,
yeah,
to-
that's
to-
true.
No, but let's be
Judge.
honest. If one of you try to do that, the other people be like, oh, come on, let's do it. Like, you know, like as men,
Yeah,
as
there's a
your
social,
friends,
yeah, there's a
like,
social pressure there as well.
it can't just be the one. It has to
Yeah.
be everybody on it, like saying, no,
Exactly.
don't
So
drive.
I just think it's all about your circle. So it's like, if one, like, you have to have that one person that have common sense. Let me say it like that. Common sense that if someone is doing wrong, you can be like, oh, don't do that because it does not make sense. If that, if you get what I mean.
Because if I'm being honest, I feel like I've rarely ever seen, like, maybe after a night out, some people been drinking and then people are going home. I've rarely ever seen people really like call that out and be like, oh no, you shouldn't drive. Like, no,
Let's
that's
be
wrong, it's dangerous.
Put your
I don't
hands
think I've ever seen
put your hands up right now. Would you do it? Would you say, oh, bro, don't do it?
Nah, I'd say it, but I'll be real.
Yeah,
I would say it. I would
let's
say it
be honest.
once it gets to a limit. Once it gets to a
Okay,
limit. Once it gets to a
If I
limit.
think they're dangerous,
If I think they're
themselves,
stumbling
other
and stuff,
people,
if I see them stumbling, I'm taking their keys from them. I'm not letting them. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
they should drive.
That's
I'm
like-
seeing them
that's
stumbling and stuff.
irresponsible.
Interesting. Because I don't know. I feel like there's times I've said it, like, oh, you probably shouldn't drive. But I'll be real. Like, if that person's still determined to drive, I'll get in the car with them. And like, I wouldn't even,
Wait, what?
yeah, yeah. Especially if they're super confident and they feel like, no, it's gonna be fine. Like, we're gonna get home. Like, I'll actually still get in the car with them.
But that confidence might come from the alcohol. Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Might be the
I
alcohol.
think it's a grey area because, like, even if you're tipsy, you think you might be able to make the right decisions on the road, but then it's not. It's when you're in a situation that you realize that, like, you're in over your head. But I don't think you always realize how intoxicated you are. I don't know. Like, it's weird because I think it takes one mistake for you to end up in a get situation.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have avoided that, and
Yeah.
I think it's mostly by chance, not by like your driving skills or anything like that. So
Interesting. I guess the next thing I want to like kind of segue into is like a conversation about vices. So just to make sure, does everyone know what vices are or what vices mean?
What's that? What is it?
Okay, I knew there would be one person. If you like this episode, we're going to be doing more things like this. We're going to be talking about like philosophical concepts, trying to apply them to modern day situations. If that's the kind of stuff you want to be seeing, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all of that stuff. Also, there's going to be a link in the description to a community I'm starting. It's a new online community where you guys can talk about conversations like this. Might even do live video calls as well. If that's something you're interested in, check that out as well. So vices are, you know what? I actually don't know the exact definition.
Okay,
But
wait,
from my like, basic
what?
understanding,
Wait,
vices-
trying to come to my day with
I don't know the exact dictionary definition, but from my understanding, vices are like addictions, like bad habits, like things we struggle with,
Okay.
things that are bad for us, but we kind of just do anyways because it maybe feels good or helps us escape. So examples are like drinking, there's smoking, gambling, like all different kinds of things you probably
Sex.
shouldn't do. Sex as well. Why do you say that?
Wait, what?
Is that
no, I was adding something.
Wait,
wanted to make sure.
what?
He wanted to
I was
make
helping
sure
you
that
out
it was
there.
there.
why are you shocked by that? Do you feel like that's not a vice or? Okay.
No, it depends on what you're looking at.
A lot of things
Sex.
can be
Yeah.
vices. So
If you're looking at it from a religious point of view, you can say yes, but just normal is like
I think even if you're,
I think
not,
even without
yeah, I
religion,
think even if you're like an atheist, like sex can still be a vice for you. Like you can still be a sex addict if you're not like if it doesn't align with your like religious values. I guess.
fair enough.
Yeah, so basically, because I feel like, drinking is like one of the main vices. And yeah, quick bit of context, guys. What I'm trying to do with this channel is like have more philosophical conversations, but apply it to like modern day situations that we all face. So yeah, I feel like in our generation, like I feel like we have a lot of vices. I think, I don't know the stats, but I think we have more vices than there were back in the day, just because there's more sort of like things that overstimulate us, basically. So what I want to ask is, what are you guys' vices, if you're okay saying that? And why do you think you have them? Like, why do you feel like you have these things that you know are bad for you, but you still do them? Don't know who wants to go first.
I'll go first.
Okay.
In my opinion, I don't think these
No-
are
no one's told me you have no vices.
no. These are look at everything's about balance. In my opinion, regardless of what you do, everyone is gonna have something that's bad and something that's good. But if you're able to balance it, in my opinion, I think that's okay.
Okay, well, you
Like
don't
for
answer.
example, smoking weed, as long as you don't do it to the extreme, I think it's okay if you have a balance. Like if you're disciplined enough that you're not a crackhead or whatever. But yeah, that's my opinion. I don't think there's anything that's bad, in my opinion.
That's a
You don't think
cool.
there's anything that's
moderation.
bad.
But it's just about
there's
having a
some things
balance.
that are bad.
Yeah,
Like-
something.
I think there's some things that can go too far.
Yeah, no,
and
I
you
feel
can't
Like
come back.
what? Okay, can you elaborate? Like what?
I think there's certain, even like drugs, for instance, like if you start like meddling with like certain drugs, I feel like there's no coming back from that. Do you get what I mean? I feel like, obviously, a very extreme example is like heroin, crack. Those things are very addictive. You can't really come back from them.
No,
They're your
yeah.
vices. So I think, balance, but you can still go too far and not be able to come back. As for my vices, I think Do I have any vices?
Is anyone brave enough to say?
Do I have any vices?
Okay, if you right, does anyone actually want to say?
No,
what their vice-
I don't want to say it.
You don't wanna say
I
it?
know what you're gonna do with this.
No, don't be one of those people, man. Don't do that. It's weird.
What?
Trying to clickbait and everything. Don't, bro. Let's just have a normal conversation.
Can we
Hey,
skip
look.
like talking about that?
No, I feel like I got another way we can address this conversation. What do you guys think are the main vices our generation faces?
Probably like partying, drinking, smoking.
Do you guys
Probably the ones you listed. I'll be real.
have any thoughts on like why we do these things? Like why we drink even though we know it's unhealthy for us? Why do
Escape or like
we escapism?
yeah, people don't really like their 9 to 5s or their week. If their week has been hard on the weekend, they need something different.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Do you agree
I
with
think I think it's a way for people to relax. I think it can be kind of hard to relax without some sort of vices. Like, 'cause I think vices obviously they put you in a different state, right? So whether that's even like eating can be a vice, overeating, and I think when you're in that your base state, a lot of the time you are stressed because you're working, you're doing your average thing day to day. Maybe the vice is your way of going into a different state so that you're not really thinking about the things that are stressing you in your base state.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
I hear that. So escapism as well, basically.
Escapism, yeah, basically. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Like I don't think drinking like, inherently is a bad thing. Like you said, it's about balance, right? It's about making sure that you're not going too far.
Okay, why do you think people? Oh, what are you gonna say?
And I was gonna say like I think some people also have vices in like or they use vices because they actually don't like their lives or they don't like themselves, and it's like almost like self-loathing. So they know that drinking is bad, but they keep on drinking. I don't know the like philosophy behind it, but I think like self-hate almost, like they know what they're doing is bad for them, but they keep on doing it, and it's like a cycle.
Interesting.
But I think that's different from like the average person, like just trying to escape like the stress of their 9 to 5.
So the common like answer I'm getting is a lot of stuff to do with escapism. But what is it specifically like what we're trying to escape from? Like I know it's like
Wait, sorry. What is the question again?
so the question is like
Literally, yeah.
so the question is like why do we have vices? Like and in fact the more pressing question I'm trying to ask now is because it seems like the reason we have vices is to escape from everyday life. What is it about our everyday lives that we're trying to escape from?
No, but if you think about it, before something come from somewhere, like you don't just start doing something. For example, you don't just start drinking or smoking, right? So the question you need to ask is, where did it come from? Some people it came from their friends influencing them. Some people, some people came from their friends influencing them, and that's how a lot of people get introduced to things like this, if that makes sense. For example, some people only started drinking from uni. Some people only started smoking from uni, like games now, things like that. It's like, yeah, some people it's not to escape, but people influence them to actually start doing it. And they're just like, you know what, shit, I like it.
Like peer pressure, I mean.
Yeah, so I like it. Let me just start doing it. Some people just enjoy doing it rather than, trying to escape. A lot of people still do that, but that's what I think like is about where it came from. How did it start?
Makes sense.
I think it can change though, because you might start it like you said, you might start in uni, but then 5 years down the line, I think your life could be very different, and then you're using that vice as it means. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you've been doing it for a long time, you might find as a coping mechanism to whatever you're going through in life that, oh shit, if things is not going well, I need to do that quickly. I need something to like
But what I'm
fix me
trying
up.
to get at is like, what is it that people are going through? Like, okay, I know some people might have like, I know because I feel like most of us, like the average person isn't like seriously addicted to some of these vices. Let's take drinking because I think it's a common example. I think the average person maybe like would see themselves as a social drinker, not necessarily like an alcoholic who's drinking multiple times every day and it's like explicitly unhealthy and problematic for their life. I think a lot of us, we might just like drink on the weekends, but I still see that as a vice because even in that small frequency, it's still unhealthy, but we still choose to do it. So is I guess what I'm trying to get at is why do we do things we know is bad for us, even though it's like,
What?
because if you're living an average life, it's like, what are you escaping from?
Yeah, like I think the average life objectively isn't bad, but because you live it every day, it starts to feel mundane. It's like you're living the same day almost every single day, like Monday to Friday. For most people, you go to work, you like cook dinner and maybe like watch Netflix.
Okay.
I think that's like pretty much the average life. So that can get like quite repetitive, quite boring. So I think is escaping from just like the cycle that you're living through, or like I don't think that's to say that your life is bad or you're trying to escape from something particularly. I think it's just like Tommy said, like get into a different state or on a different wavelength than what you're used to from Monday to Friday.
Okay. Interesting.
And also, everyone's struggles are like relative as well. Like, you might not think someone's life is that bad, but in their head, they might think, "Oh, I need to escape this, I don't know, this random money problem that I have, or whatever else people are going through too."
Fairs. So would you guys say everyone has a vice then?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, you know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think I think some people live lives that are like slightly different, or like they don't really drink, they don't smoke, or maybe they do have a vice, I just don't know it. But
Okay. But would you think there are some people that just don't have any like bad things?
I think
that
maybe
they
their
do?
vices look different. I don't know.
So you are saying that everyone has a vice?
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
Maybe not everyone's as bad though, but I don't know what I think. I think a vice could even be like overworking or like being like overly ambitious, because it's still you're trying to like. I feel like a lot of people who are like overworking or whatever, they're either running away from something or running like to something. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So I think either way, that's still some sort of vice, because you're trying to escape what you currently are. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think there's many people in the world that can say they're content with where you are at the moment. But I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, I think, like, maybe you can be content, but I don't think it's good to be complacent personally. So, yeah.
No, interesting. If you like this episode, we're going to be doing more things like this. We're going to be talking about like philosophical concepts, trying to apply them to modern day situations. If that's the kind of stuff you want to be seeing, make sure to like, comment, subscribe and all of that stuff. Also, there's going to be a link in the description to a community I'm starting. It's a new online community where you guys can talk about conversations like this. Might even do live video calls as well. If that's something you're interested in, check that out as well.
No, random question though. Do you guys think like your parents have vices?